Hey, just a quick video today. I have to admit, my motivation to continue has been really low. I just haven't really had the drive to continue, and I've just been going through so much. Now I have been feeling better physically. It's just my stress and my anxiety that's causing all these problems. It's just been, I've been waiting to hear back from Play Asia. I was disappointed with Yukimura Den. I was hoping that I could get more mileage out of that, and it just didn't work out. The game just didn't have enough meat to it, and there's not really a whole lot on the horizon. I mean, the good things that have happened is that obviously, Play Asia funded that game, and they're just backed up. All I know is that they've closed the partnership program entirely, so I'm assuming that I'll get a response back if I got the full partnership soon. They said that I was on a trial. I don't really know what a trial entails since they already funded a game for me, but it's been hard to get a response back from them. Now, the good news, aside from my new gear, which I'll be showing off very soon, is that I got gifted a copy of Hyper Light Drifter. That game went 60 FPS yesterday, and I asked a friend to gift it to me because I don't have the cash for it right now. So I will be playing that at some point. It looks like October is going to be God Eater and Hyper Light Drifter, and maybe Tales of Zestiria. It depends on how easily I can set that game up on my friend's computer when I go on the trip. Now, I know that game has some issues. It took me quite a while to get it set up to begin with, so no promises on that one. I mean, I only paid $8 for that game, so if I don't like it, it's not like it's a big commitment for me. So what I'd like to show off now before I just do a fun dungeon here is I'd show off my upgraded gear. I have the 5-piece Gracious set. I'll probably have the 6th piece, which will be the shoes, maybe in the next week. If I do the daily every single day and I do the Requiem one, then I'll be pretty close to that. So that's pretty cool. This is probably my most geared character in terms of overall gear quality. I could get a better ring, definitely a better weapon. But as you can see here, the legendary economy on this game is like worse than the real world economy. Like 75 million for these. Like these are like, I hear they're under 10 million on the Korean server. We don't have enough people farming. There's lots of people shitposting in the megaphones and then making the community look bad. There's not enough people like actively, farming, and the drop rate's too low for our player base. I hope that they will have a more permanent solution. They definitely need to do more events for legendary items. So I'm pretty much stuck with this pink because there's nothing else that I can get that's like actually set in stone. There's a bunch of other stuff that I could get for sure, but it's not set in stone. It's all just grinding and hoping that you win the RNG lottery. So I'm pretty happy with the gear I have right now. If I manage to get some more demon challenges, then maybe I'll try to upgrade this. So I'll show some of the other fruits from the reinforcement event. Now, if you know my history with this game, if you've been following this channel for a long time, you would know that I've played this game for a long time, and I've had very, very bad luck with the reinforcement stuff in this game. It's always been the worst part of the game for me, especially since your equipment breaks if it tries to go up past plus 10. Now, they have an event right now where it won't break when you go up to plus 11. It will just reset to 0. Now, I had to reset. I probably wasted about 10 million gold getting this character's Tonfa to plus 11, but it finally happened at one point, so I'll probably be gearing him up at some point in the future. He's got a full legacy set, so he's not in bad shape right now. I'll probably get him legacy rings and stuff, and maybe I'll upgrade to a Gracious set. I'm not really a big fan of the endgame in this. It's too much. I don't know the word for it. It's just people get so they get so antsy over the endgame, and who they'll take in the party, and how bad the grind is to even consider actually doing the endgame. But I would like to have some decently geared characters, because now they've actually made it somewhat feasible to actually do it without having to rely on RNG too much. Like, if you just do the events, you actually get a pretty decent amount of gear. You know, it's not the best stuff in the game, but it's pretty close. It's kind of the direction that PSO2 has been going lately with the whole collection file system. Definitely fixed an age-old problem in that game where, you know, the best stuff in the game, you know, you needed premium and the drop rates were abysmal, so you couldn't really compete with other people. But now, you know, they're actually making it a little easier, so I'm pretty happy that I got this. The last bit of gear that I made was the legendary boxing gloves for this character, which is, he was one of my mains, but I've been waiting for the buff patch, which will make them a lot better before I do much more with him. Plus 11 Captain Trooper's combat gloves. I've been told that this it competes with, you know, some of the best items in the game, so it's pretty cool that I have it at plus 11. Now I've got 2 pieces of Brutal Tango for him, so I'll probably get him more pieces later on. They've actually got this program right now where you get 400 dimensional fragments and 2 chronicle set boxes, so I can probably get him pretty close to 6 pieces. And then I probably just won't play him at all until they put out the patch. So what I'm going to be doing is I have some lesser known games that I want to give some exposure to. I actually read, there's a post on the Steam forums for Star Wars Rogue about how the company has been undergoing a lot of layoffs, and you know, they've had a very hard time getting exposure out. And I read the whole post in there. The developers have talked about the difficulty of finding exposure and stuff like that. It really hit close to home, because that's what I've been dealing with. You know, I'm told I make good content, but I have a very hard time affording anything. You know, with the trip next month, I might have to actually do a fundraiser for the $50 for that capture card that a friend of mine offered. You know, I don't like doing that stuff, but it's been difficult, and I hope that I can at least help out other people. You know, some of these indie developers are in the same boat as I am, if not worse, since, you know, they're actually making a video game instead of just making videos about them, and that could be even more expensive than running a channel like this. So I'll be focusing on that later this week if people are interested. There are some new games on the horizon. You know, I've got God Eater, which I haven't finished, Hyperlight Drifter. There's a 20XX patch this week too, so this week is probably going to be Indie Week if things go as planned. I think that should be a nice change of pace for people. I will be doing other stuff as well. Like I said, I do have, I think most of my Steam games are still installed on my friend's computer at their house in San Jose, so I can probably transition over pretty fast. I've got a thumb drive, so I'll probably take stuff like my modded DFO, my expatter profile, all that stuff. It shouldn't be a very long transitional period. I should be able to just jump straight on there and record. And like I said, when they're at work, I'll have free reign over it, so I'll still be able to stream and stuff. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. I just thought I'd show a little update for both DFO and how things have been going in terms of the channel and stuff like that. Catch you guys later. Peace.